it going, everybody? Welcome, Level in Diecast. Thanks for dropping by today. 2025 Matchbox World Working Rigs has arrived. Includes one brand new casting, one new deco, and of course, two reissue colors. Pretty obvious, pretty standard quo with everything these days. This is our new card art for Real Working Rigs. Matches the new motif for all 2025 Matchbox products. This says Matchbox Working Rigs on there. It looks decent. This first one we're going to take a look at. 6 of 16. So there is 16 slated for this year, which is interesting because that actually is a higher number than I think we've been getting, which is very, very interesting. Kind of hard to keep track of the numbers on these, but we're going to start with this guy right here. There is the card art in the back. Should you want the card art in the back, there you go. This is a reissue of the MBX Grater. We'll get this guy popped right out of there. This one in the Crin deco there in the back. GR900 on the side. This is all it does. It just moves the blade back and forth. That's it. This is its real working rig feature. So this is the newest one right here. This one does have a date code on it of T36. This is the original release of that deco originally. It is a silver plated or silver drum lacquered blade right there. They use just gray nowadays, so you can see there's significant difference between what they did before and what they do now. But it still sports that same deco, still has the Crin deco. Now we have seen this reissued once before. So this is the first time this deco was reissued right here. Did use that gray blade, so these two were quite different from each other. The yellows are quite dramatically different as well. You can see the yellows are very, very different. And then details on the top. A little bit better to see the difference just in the yellows. And of course, a little bit different size print. And then of course, the biggest thing on those from back in the day is this one right here being the original. And then the re-release on the bottom. There was quite a bit of changes to the base. So quite a bit of changes. All right, so now what we're going to do is we'll take our previous release and then we'll take our current release. So the previous one is on the bottom, the current one is on the top. You can see right away that the yellows are dramatically different yet again. Also, the cab on the top one is extremely dark tinted. Whoop, sorry about that. Kind of difficult to hold this guy. It is extremely dark tinted. So you see the cab on the top is I mean, night and day. It's absolutely night and day. As far as the details on the base, there's not going to be anything different. The base has already been updated, so this has all the same details. Uses the same gray blade, unfortunately, as well. And then taking a look at the print on the top. So let's see here. This one, this is the current one right here. This is the 2025 one. So the 2025 one has a yellow outline there on the top. I'm not really sure why, but it makes it a little bit different, and I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. You see, this one is done with that nice inkjet printing. This one seems to be done with pretty standard like pad printing kind of style. So a little bit less quality print. Probably taking a step back to bring down some cost, but the details in the back are exactly the same. But way darker cab. So I know it's not a whole lot, but it's something. We'll take what we can get. All right, let's move on to our very next re-release model. This is the MBX Excavator. This is number 14 of 16. Can't really see the card art in the back. We'll get the model out of there real quick. There we go. I just think the card art on this particular one looks okay, even though I just destroyed it. But the card art looks okay in the back. It's nothing particularly fancy, but it's okay. So this is the Excavator. This has been re-released once before. This is only the very first re-release, which is pretty nice. The Excavator has a full 360 rotation, which is expected. Also has a boom that moves up and down, which is expected. This section also moves in and out, which is also expected. And then you do have movement to the bucket. Although the bucket doesn't have a huge amount of movement, it does have a couple snotches there, and it actually locks into place. So it's not too shabby. And of course, you do have rubber tracks to roll with it. So there is your rubber tracks. I always recommend moving the tracks at least once to get them, through its stretching. Now this is the original release of that particular one. This is dated E16. So there is the deets right there, E16. Now the Excavator itself, this casting's been re-released a couple of times, so nothing particularly fancy or new to go with this particular guy. So the original one there on the bottom, take a look at the details on the side. The print is the same details and stuff. It is very Rannoch style, but it's not actual Rannoch deco, unfortunately. The oranges on the base look pretty close. The both have the yellow tinted cab, same prints on the side, same details on there. It's the same matte black finish as well. And take a look at the details in the back. The prints are the same. The oranges are the same. The difference is on the top, though. So the top print is different. So this one on the right is the new one. So that one on the right has much lighter orange. You can see it's dramatically lighter in the print. The print itself is exactly the same, though. All the details are the same. Just a much lighter orange color. And then as far as the boom goes, the new one on the right does have a much darker boom. So again, nothing that particular fancy, but at least it's something. And then taking a look at the base, you see that on the base it definitely looks significantly different on that new one on the right. It's definitely less paint. It's not as thick, but you see the base details are exactly the same. Nothing updated there, and of course it still has all the same moving features and all that good stuff like that. So not too shabby. So this is our new one. We'll put our new one back out there. And of course, if you get this notched correctly, it does sit perfectly flat. So that's a good one. It's a good one. All right, moving on to a brand spanking new deco for 2025. This is, of course, the Cement King AGD. This one is number 1 of 16 for 2025. Brand spanking new deco right here. 100% brand new deco. This does continue the exact 2023 Matchbox construction theme. So still rolling with the same thing. This is unit number 30. So unit number 31 is actually the groundbreaker, which is in batch 2, mix 2 for the main line. So we're just rolling through. Looks good. It has all the same details, kind of the orange color with the yellow ring on the wheels. Looks pretty good. This is, of course, formerly the Mercedes-Benz Actros that they branded back into a generic so they don't have to have it, licensed and stuff. It does, it does cement truck stuff. It does have the little chute on the back and then it rolls. It's all right. Nothing particularly fancy with the base. Base looks okay. It is plastic base. There is the generic front end. I do think it looks good, though. I think it looks perfectly fine as a real working rig. So, not too shabby. I'll take a new deco for that guy. Definitely to match up with the rest of the theme of the stuff. Now, all the way at the very spanking end is a brand spanking new casting, MBX Flame Blaster. Now, I already kind of saw this underground. I guess I can talk about it now. I actually saw this back at the Matchbox gathering back in July. And I was extremely disappointed. I am a huge fan of the World Working Rig line. I think the World Working Rig line is the greatest thing Matchbox has ever done. Why they don't want to put any more money into this line, I don't get it. Number 2 of 16. Now, here's the deal with this one. So this is an airport fire truck, and I actually like the design of it. I think the design looks pretty good. It is a generic, but that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I like the generic, or I like the design of it, even though it's a generic. And it looks the part. It looks the part. There is a kind of hard to see there on camera, but it's like a triple seater with a driving spot in the middle, which is pretty cool. So this is a pretty nice model. I think the decals on the side look pretty good. It says Airport Fire, B3 and B4. Now I will tell you, this centerpiece here is the only thing that's metal. This is all plastic in the front, all plastic in the back, and of course it's got a plastic base on there. There is the details. Real Working Rig number 54, RW54. That's the man number for this particular one. 6-wheel Flame Blaster. Now you may be saying, well, what's the working part of this working rig? Well, all it does is rotate. That's it. That's all you get. That's it. There's absolutely nothing to it. It just rotates. It doesn't lift up. It doesn't... Oh, look at... What? What? I never caught that at the gathering. Huh. Well, I'll be. Wow, check that out. It has a, wow. Now, I'm not really sure the point of that. But, okay. All right. I'm a little bit happier now. That it actually does something. There's not a whole lot of detail behind there, but there's like hoses back here, maybe some nozzles for water details and things like that. Same on this side. I'm very, very interesting. Wow, I somehow completely missed that. You would never know that it does that. And to be honest with you, I guess it does show you on the back, but I guess I never really paid attention to that. So I mean, at least it's something. I'm happy that it does something else. I don't know. It's just weird. It's different. It's different for sure, but very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. All right. B1, B2, B3, and B4. So those are all marked differently. So, interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. Well, we'll put him in the back, and I think we're going to put him here so that he can be prominently displayed. But nothing fancy there. There is Matchbox Real Working Rigs 2025 first batch. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, anyways, that is the Comparos. It's still worth picking it up. This batch has hit ridiculously hard. So it really shouldn't be hard to find out in the wild if you want to pick it up. So, anyways, we're going to roll out. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about those. Real Working Rigs, definitely our favorite here on the line. Not a great 2025 start, but hopefully we'll get some good stuff down the road. Anyways, we're going to roll out. Level M.cast. Peace!